Influence of meditation. 16th class in this series of approaching meditation. We're going to look at an aspect which probably might surprise you also regarding meditation, of course. This world is a world of influence. Influence simply means the capacity to have an effect on the character development or behavior of somebody or something. That's so we work on this world through our personality, our talents, and the world works on us. This is the world where we are trying to influence the world, and the world is trying to influence us. And in this world, we know there are these various influences, social media. The media itself is trying to influence you, right from the corporates to the individuals. Everybody's trying to have a share in this influence business. It takes various forms and in different areas. But this dual effect of us trying to influence the world and the world trying to influence us either gives or takes away a physical, mental, moral, intellectual energy. Yeah, it either energizes us at times or sometimes depletes us. And at times we feel it would be good if you could get away from all these kind of swirling mass of influences all over the place. Meditation. It's a set of techniques skillfully employed in order to reach a focused state of awareness, a concentrated state where all the energies of oneself are so pooled, where we can raise ourselves for the time being from the gross world and feel the touch of our own inner soul. That's right. There is a plethora of benefits in meditation, and we don't need to go into because these are well researched and documented. People use it for spiritual health, and mental health, and physical health, moral health, everything. Today, it has now been acknowledged that without meditation, there is tremendous disintegration going on. So we need something to hold us. And as time goes on, you'll find this practice of meditation picking up. And we want you all to start picking up on your own practices of meditation. The reason is we are in a position to so raise ourselves and be better versions of ourselves through meditation. Okay. Now, that being said, so there's a definite benefit on oneself and on the world, actually. Meditation does that way. Meditation has been practiced for thousands of years. Today, of course, people disregard the religious component, which is okay. And they use it for all types of kind of therapy, which is also okay, as long as we stick to the fundamentals of meditation. Now, there is a charge laid against people who meditate. The world outside is burning with misery, like the Buddha says, go out and help the world. And these guys sitting down mumbling mumbo jumbo, close eyes, escapist, selfish. The other charges, of course, yeah, these guys, they are shirking responsibilities, which of course is not true at all. So before we can go into the subtle aspects of how meditation influences us as well as the world, we like to do a kind of a small, as usual, exercise. Okay. Now, there are two aspects to this exercise. Just go along with my instructions and you get it. So, before we go in, just gaze at this face. That's all. For a moment. Yeah, a couple of moments. Okay. Okay. For this audience here. Just to get the picture fixed in your mind. Okay, we can please close eyes, square your shoulders, don't drop your chin, right? Keep it level. Now, on the screen of your mind, try to see your own face. Think it's a mirror, and you are watching the reflection of your own face. Now, replace that face of yours with the face of Ramakrishna that you just saw a few moments ago. Okay, let go. You can open eyes now. I'm I'm certain that you couldn't see your own face, that you're used to seeing yourself in the mirror all the, and that's a trick. We'll do it one more time. Okay? So you can't see your own face somehow. But you know how it looks. Okay. You I don't mean to kind of be dogmatic about Ramakrishna or something like that. You can use any face of any religious personage, god or goddess. This is the prop we are using it for today. Okay, so I think just get it fixed in your mind. Now close your eyes, please. And again, watch your own face as if it's reflected in the mirror. Try. Now replace it with the face of Ramakrishna. Concentrate. Okay, let go. Actually, you can visualize this better than your own face. Yeah, it's no magic. It is a fact. Now, we did this objectively, and let's now do it subjectively. Okay, there's this is, if you can do it, it's very effective. Okay, close your eyes, please, and just like go according to my instructions. Think your own face is like a mask. You're wearing your face as a mask. Try to feel the inside of that mask. Become aware of the inside of that mask. Now become aware of the outside of that mask, your face. Now replace the whole thing with the face of Ramakrishna. It's like you are wearing Sri Ramakrishna's face. Okay, relax, breathe easy. This is another trick that we can always use. I mean, it's a technique, not a trick. The most known thing is really not known at all. You. So this can be used when the mind is restless and running about. You want to bring it out. You want to stay aware and awake. You can use this technique. And besides, what happens is you are replacing your own individuality with that of divinity. In some of our earlier classes, we are talking about superimposing an idea on an image. So now you're not only thinking about a mask or anything like that, or objectively or subjectively, you're associating it with divinity. So it is very transformative. We'll take it, we'll take another exercise a little later. We can, okay. Influence. Now, whatever karma we do, and in this case, we are talking about meditation, etc. We are starting a series of events. Simple as that. We are individuals, of course, but in our own private space, if we are even alone, we are starting a series of events. We are starting a ripple. It's a ripple effect. And it has the cosmos as its playground. I'll explain it with Swamiji's words. Each one, he says, is, as it were, a center and is attracting all the powers of the universe towards oneself. And in the center is fusing them. And this center is that omniscient, the Almighty, the soul, your soul. And as that soul has the power to draw in the universe, fuses those things and releases them out into the world. And he says, out of them, he fashions the mighty stream called character and throws it outward. As it has the power of drawing in anything, so has the soul the power to throw out everything. So, as I was saying, we start a kind of a ripple. The whole universe is a world of influence, is coming towards you. And here you are fashioning ourselves through all these forces and fusing them and releasing them out in the world. So you are not alone. You are always connected with the universe. The doctrine of karma has been so misinterpreted that, yes, it is this person and that person does. It's a cause and effect. Yes, it's a cause and effect. It's nothing. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. As you sow, so shall you reap. Exactly. But they don't take the other, the counterpart, that no action can originate with you and have no effect on the world. It influences the world. The world is a counterpart of the individual. The universal is out there. Otherwise, the law of karma will not operate. If there's nothing to go and hit outside and come back to you, you throw a ball and it hits the ball and come back to you. There has to be something outside. So the law of karma is the law that is very pervasive. Now, what is this ripple that we start with? When you're meditating, what happens? We raise a kind of a ripple, or it's called a chitta vritti, the wave in the mind. And this ripple on what? The fabric is time, space, and causation. Desh, kal, nimitta. Yeah, it's like space and time is like into a kind of a fabric, and then it bends and curves wherever there's matter. But in the ancient sages, they said your time and space is one, of course, along with causation. The idea of cause and effect, that is, every material phenomena undergoes these cause and effects. That also is a part of space. You just cannot isolate this and say, this is the 1 3 dimension and this is the 4th dimension. So you are, when you meditate, you raise a ripple chitta vritti in your mind. And that is a cosmic event. It cannot be otherwise. So, as I always give a kind of illustration, that is a very calm surface of a lake, and you throw a pebble in it, and then what happens? There's a series of ripples that are, arise, and they now these series of ripples, they go out. Do they only end up in the individual mind stuff, the individual time, space, and causation? Here, there's time, space, and causation operating here. It's not only out there. That's another mistake we make. Time, space, and causation operates here, operates outside also. Whenever we're thinking of time and space, we start project it outside. It's here. And that same, it's a kind of a spillover. The ripple spills over your individual boundaries, the mind boundaries, and moves outwards. And as it moves outwards, like everything in this universe, returns. That's another fundamental point in Indian philosophy. You start something, it circuits around and comes back to you. Otherwise, the law of karma will be inoperative. You do something and you don't get anything. What's the point? Somebody else gets it. I meditate and somebody else getting a benefit. Ah, so everything comes. It's the ripple that you start, leaves you, then returns. And when it returns, it carries all other similar waves, ripples in time space causation. There are 100 people meditating, and then along with you, you're the 101. Those 100 ripples of meditation also coalesce, they combine with your ripple, and then you get it. So, if you can see, when you meditate in a kind of a group, it becomes very powerful. Or you meditate with somebody who is really an adept, you feel the same meditation when you do at home, kind of flat. Also, you notice when, in the case of karma, if you start doing something good, a good karma, what happens slowly, slowly, you keep on doing more good and better and better and better. So those ripples, they leave you and they come back to you added with all the other good deeds that people have done. And they come to you and you become better and better. You can't stop it. Similarly, you keep on doing something bad, you do bad karma, you progressively get into the spiral of more bad and more bad. And you start one and goes down. In the ancient text, like in Shankaracharya, it's like a ball thrown down a flight of stairs, keeps on dropping lower, lower, and lower, lower. We also see that a person, so suppose is a nice person, that person has got into some bad company, bad circumstances. Then what happens? That person will become bad. The circumstances are and the environment is influencing that person. That goodness will disappear and that person becomes bad. So this is the dynamism of influences. You are sitting quietly and meditating, but you are really starting a wave, a ripple. And the stronger the meditation, and the stronger the karma, the stronger is the wave or the ripple. It goes on and on and on. Nothing can dilute it. It comes back to you. Added fourfold, tenfold, hundredfold, a thousandfold. And that's why in India, we kind of we say, yeah, if you want to do meditation, go to a nice big pilgrimage place where there are thousands and thousands of people meditating, praying, and that place has seen thousands of years of spiritual activity. That little you do is enhanced tremendously. So this is the influence. So what do? You are nothing but influencing the world through your meditation. Your meditation is not confined to just you. I've got positive effects. Yeah, my stress and anxiety and PTSD and all these things have all been kind of diluted and they are kind of busted. And so it's all fine. You're helping the world. This is something one needs to remember, that you're not just doing this for yourself, you're doing it for the world. And if all of us can meditate, wonderfully. So this is Swami Vivekananda explains it also through two beautiful words called a pravritti and nivritti. Pravritti, vritti is as a chitta and vritti. Vritti, the wave, the whirlpool. Pra is to go out, circling outwards. Pravritti. Nivritti is circling inwards. So things circle outwards, the ripples reach out to higher and higher and larger against areas. And then comes back. Nivritti, pravritti. And these two forces shape everything in this world. Everything that we do is shaped by these two forces. Pravritti and nivritti. Your morality, your selfishness, and all these things have a counterpart. Your immorality, your unselfishness has selfishness. Everything has a counterpart. Depends on which mode you are on, pravritti or nivritti. Oh, yeah. So, this is a huge, you can say, influence and effect on us. This is the whole world is, and that's why they say, you are the world. You can, through your own actions, do tremendous good or tremendous evil. And if you don't want to do either good, don't even do evil, stay neutral, go and sleep. Holy Mother says, yeah, you better, if you're doing all this, go and sleep better. Sorry, that sleep will save you. Gumiye bach away. So this is, so we don't want to feel that we are doing an activity that has got no kind of effect, no kind of positive repercussions on the world. We are doing something that is extremely beneficial. Do it, and you will never regret it. And that's doing good karma, of course. Okay, let's take up the exercise again. So we'll do both the the objective as well as the subject. Objective, like I said, the there's a you close your eyes, think that the back of your eyelids is a mirror and you see yourself. And in the next one is like you are wearing a kind of a mask. You actually feel, as you meditate, you feel like this is a kind of a mask I'm wearing. And try to feel, this is just to again fix here, fix this image. This gives us a kind of a little idea of what we are going to do. Okay, close your eyes, please, and relax. Just keep your chin up and relax all your facial muscles. Detach your tongue from all over the place. And fix your gaze at the point just outside your chin. Now, very gently and slowly repeat your name. Stop repeating your name. Now watch that mirror there. See it clean, shiny, and now watch your face reflected in that mirror. You can go close to the mirror as if you're holding it at an arm's length. Now replace that with the face of Ramakrishna that you saw a few moments ago. Concentrate. Okay, let go. Just keep your eyes closed. Relax all your facial muscles. Keep your gaze fixed on that imaginary dot outside your chin. Now feel your own face as if it is a mask. Or feel the inside of that mask. Now see the outside of the mask. Feel it. Run your mental fingers all over your face mask. Now replace it with the face of Ramakrishna. This is a divine face. Run your mental fingers on this divine face of Ramakrishna. Okay, let go. Take a long, deep breath. Relax. And we can open our eyes again. If you can do it, practice. Everything needs, like, it's practice. And I believe this is the first time you've ever been told that this is also a kind of a method. Yeah, it is a method. You won't find it in the books, of course, but it's extremely transformative. Later on, you'll find you don't need to just think about just your face, your entire body. It is mind blowing. And this is so powerful. You'll send a huge ripple in the fabric of time and space, and it'll go out and then come back with all these people who have been meditating at this time and also in all the past times. Nothing is lost in this universe. Nothing. So every thought remains. So you come even more better, more refreshed. This is the best way to influence the world. Yeah, meditation and its influences. Yeah, you can. And you leave a legacy for the future. Like I said, it's not going to go away. You're going to leave a legacy. People leave legacies, all over the place. Yeah, this is a better way. So the bottom line is meditate, meditate, meditate. Okay. Om, peace, peace, peace. We'll get for the questions section. Okay, you can type in your questions, please, and we can. Is this method an extension of the Trataka method that you thought earlier? Yes, you can. It's a combination of Trataka, superimposition, and every other thing also. You can use the if you can visualize Sri Krishna or your chosen deity's face without the help of a picture external, you can do it. You can use it. If you can't, then you can use a picture. There's no harm in that. Uh, Give me a minute. So, okay. Look, yeah, now tell me.
I really enjoyed the meditation. Thank you. New technique. The when you were talking about karma, it sometimes feels a little simplistic to me that you do good and it comes back to you. Often we see the world is not so simple, right? That
Yes.
there's the classic why do good bad things happen to good people, um, and the other thing is that it seems very difficult for me to reconcile it with the Advaita perspective, the non-dual perspective, because it feels like there's um, this sense in Maya of a jiva, individual, accumulating good karma and having it come back. It just all feels very
Yeah.
simplistic.
No, it's not
So
simplistic.
it doesn't.
At that level, it is there. It's a fact. The very fact that you are talking to me and I'm responding, and I'm talking, you're responding. It means there is a kind of a causal connection between you're talking and I'm listening and I'm listening. So Advaita Vedanta does not dismiss it all right all over. It only dismisses at the highest level. But then you say, what is bondage? Why you thinking like a jiva then? So what's the bondage coming from? Ignorance, desire, and karma. Avidya, kama, karma. This is the sequence. So till your avidya goes away, you have to you have to work at like chiseling it out. I mean, okay, wait. Then the question was, sorry, uh, that it's the doctrine of karma is kind of very simplistic. It appears very simplistic, like why do good people suffer and why do bad people like enjoy? Yeah,
Or
this,
even is good and
yeah,
bad.
and what is good and bad and all these things. These are all relative. And whether in Advaita Vedanta there is the idea that the individual soul itself is non-existent,
Exactly.
and there's only one non-duality. So to by the time we get to there, we'll have to start climbing up from here. People want to just jump up there, which it's almost impossible. It's impossible. So you've got to start climbing up. And as I said, what makes you think of yourself as an individual? You have set in motion certain things. As an individual, you are now getting those things, that motion you've set in motion, that wheel is coming back to you. Till you stop setting in motion all these kind of things, those things will always come to you. Now, regarding karma being very simplistic, yeah, but then that's the best explanation that you can have. You cannot say, what would you give a cause? God has made you miserable or God has made you happy. Why don't you put the whole thing in that person's hand? So the entire responsibility is not thrown out on chance, on destiny, on God or gods or whatever, but is thrown on you. So that's a better way to understand your life through your own actions. You keep on doing certain things, and then you see things come which you never foresaw. Now, there's another aspect that I kind of I never mentioned. Let's say. Now, if this law of karma, that what you sow, you reap, let's put it like this, that this is not the only thing that you have done in your life. You stretch it to the past and you'll find a series of actions that you have done. Otherwise, you will not get the results. Like, suppose you studied as a child very hard. Suppose you studied mathematics and you really became good, and that's now is helping you. Okay. So you cannot cut your actions, isolate them, and say, this is what I'm doing, and this will come in the future. It's a cumulative action from a long series, what you have done from childhood up till now. The law of karma says, okay, now push this a little even further, and they will push it back to past lives. Now that even complicates even further. Now it does not become simplistic. Now you are in a long chain of karma events. What you have done in this life, you yourself have forgotten many things. How do you know that certain things that I did will have this repercussions in the future? So we are setting in motion something which has both good and bad effects. Predominant, if you do a predominantly, if you're compassionate and you're compassionate, so compassionate, the amount of good in compassion is more than the amount of bad in that compassion. It's always, it's relative, it's always mixed, both good. The Bhagavad Gita says, like fire is always associated with smoke. So all actions are associated with either good or bad. The relative world. So here we have, this is the best explanation that you can have of this world outside. What more? So that, okay, I did something, okay, whatever. Even if I didn't do, then what happens? You are linked, as I said. not only with the whole universe, you are linked by karma to all the people around you. You are constantly giving and taking things. You are eating food that has been killed, and you think you will go scot free. You got to pay for it. Everything. So everything. So how do you? What do? You don't know from where the blow comes. So better set in motion things where instead of a blow, it will come and just caress you. The idea of karma is always like that. Throw the responsibility on your shoulder. You are the creator of your own destiny. Work it out. And then once you've understood the nature of this, it will whittle down your ignorance. And as it whittles down, then you say, oh my God, what's this? What am I doing here? Then is the giving up this individuality. That comes. So we have this level of the relative world. This is not dismissed by Shankaracharya. This relative world is real as long as you are here. There's another level called a paramarthika, where all these things are dismissed. But even when you reach the paramarthika, you kind of the supreme enlightenment. Then what happens? You cannot keep your mind in that level all the time. It's on Sri Ramakrishna Sare Gama Pada Ni. You have to come down to Sa, Do Re Mi, all that. They come down. There you're going to operate through this personality, through this jivahood. So simply think I don't exist. What do you mean don't exist? You exist on this level. Otherwise, how can the Buddha who attained nirvana then say, okay, then I'm going to attain parinirvana? What rubbish? He should have said, I'm going to attain parinirvana. So why did he come out and start preaching all these things? So that personality was there. But now the complete transformation. That person thinks that person is the universal. We see that personality as the individual. That person does not think of it itself as individual. It has become universal. So you still need a mold, that this old mold that you have created through your karma to still operate. And then, like the wheel losing its momentum, it falls. Then you are completely Videha Mukti is called the liberation and the fall of the body. So this is a little more kind of a little deep philosophic. Uh, yeah, yeah.
I'm kind of struck by, kind of worry that to the previous question, there is the give and take, but it can also be more complicated than that. And I kind of sometimes find when interacting with others, they have this sort of transactional mentality of like, I gave you this, and so I require this back. It's almost like the soul of the interactions with those folks is missing something because they want the payback of whatever benefit they gave you right away. Right? I almost find that in order to deal with those people, you have to sort of keep giving and giving and giving, and only then when you've given them 10 times will they give you back one, right? And so if you're too focused on fairness or sort of the equal and actual opposite reaction, you kind of maybe go to a darker place than if you just sort of let it go and let the things sort of handle themselves. I just want your perspective on that.
Well, the question was this transactional, you can say, reality of our world is so complex and complicated that people want more from you and they keep on asking for more. You do something and they want more and more for them. So it's always kind of a lopsided relationship. Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this, there are so many factors playing. There's
Mhm.
so many seen and unseen factors. The world is not so nice and smooth and beautiful and clear and nothing. It is extremely deep. Their psychology is different. Your psychology is different. Their moods, their attitudes, everything is so kind of, the dynamism comes and kind of the clash. But generally, people, there are people who want things from you. These people, they just want to exploit you. They kind of hold you into ransom. Okay. Well, if you really love them, you're going to pay for it. Pay for love. You say, this is one form, like we had an earlier question. This is the form that the individual starts waking up. What's this? I never bargained for this. Yeah, and you got it. And as I mentioned, that you are interacting with all these people around, your family, your friends, everybody wants more of you. More, I want more. So you've got to, yeah, you know, people come to us also. So for us, what do we do? What do we have? We'll give you more spirituality. You want more spirituality? No, 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 no. Take. So that's an area you will need to work on. You must be able to say no, and very, very gently, of course. You've got to hold your ground. Don't be a sucker for everything. Now that depends on interaction. You see what happens. You people are kind of out interacting with the world. My interaction with the world is on a different level. So I cannot be kind of calculative. I cannot kind of manipulative. I just, it's not, it has never kind of occurred to me. Uh, Besides, I don't see people as just ordinary people. So all these things. So what you need is a very strong philosophy. Your philosophic basis has to be firm. You have to understand your life according to that philosophy. Once you have that, you're not going to be a pushover. Okay. Yes.
Raj, you've given many, many wonderful techniques. I've been, watching you on YouTube, and you gave one tonight. So, can the individual that you've been, let's say, you've been initiated, like many of us have, then can you just take whatever you want of these different techniques and just use them, or should you take one and repeat it over and over, or how much freedom do devotees have?
Okay. The question was, uh, dear Sally was has been watching some of my earlier, you can say, techniques and meditation, and we have so which module or which methodology to use. I've given so many. Which one? Is there freedom to do that? You keep the basic structure of your spiritual practices intact. Okay. And nobody has really defined a path. The goal has been defined. You have been defined. This is you and this is the path. Now you have to tread that path. It sometimes you feel you can meditate. Sometimes you feel you can't meditate. What you do is try to be creative. Have these kind of skills, or you can say tools, at your hand. If a fly comes, you need a fly squatter. Don't need a blowtorch. Okay. So something like that. And all those classes, I kind of gave it in a kind of a ascending order, a kind of a sequence. Use your own mantra, use the basic, you can say, practices that have been told to you by a guru. But at times you can be very creative. It will make your meditative life much richer. Now, suppose you are trying to meditate and you can meditate. Why don't, if you can do this, why? That will kind of, it will just give you a beautiful meditation. So take, you must have adequate tools with you. And these are the tools I've been kind of trying to lay down before people so that they can employ these tools to enhance their meditation is a very rich experience and can be made richer through these various things. Okay. Uh, how is the method taught today different from the one we normally do? That is, visualize a chosen ideal at the center of the heart. This is, as I said, this is the slightly different. If you have been used to meditate on the heart, use this technique instead of using it here. You can put it out here. Feel your heart. I mean, not your physical heart. Okay, I don't want to do that. Feel your heart as a kind of a bright object, luminous object, and feel that Sri Ramakrishna dwells in that heart, and try to get deeper and deeper. You can, as I mentioned, you can take the whole body. Feel your entire body as the body of Sri Ramakrishna and meditate there. Okay. What can we do about the young ones? I see my children and they are so distracted with the worldly things. It's very difficult to talk about meditation with them. If you don't have to talk about the meditation to them, you must meditate. That's it. It's always done. You know, it is. People have been kind of decrying this young people generation, but they don't see any role models. So we need to be mindful that they also are intelligent enough and they will do something when they see. There's something called a mirror neurons. So we learn more by watching each other, looking at each other, than taking the stick and hitting and beating them. The reward and punishment, that doesn't really work. So talk to them about meditation. They're distracted. The world is very the distracting place. You can't. So okay. So we'll see if there's any question here. Okay. Mm, just to make a kind of announcement, we have begun streaming on YouTube also on this Swami Satyaman on the channel. So we are having two things simultaneously. Those who would like to migrate there, welcome. So thank you all very much for joining in. And yeah, oh my God. It was a long session. Thank you all. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you. Yes.